Good morning. We are back for another Chicago Chronicles. Hope you can hear me okay. It's pretty windy this morning. So just got back from a really nice run, about 45 degrees. Wind's a little high, but kind of feels good sometimes. I think I'm a little overdressed. So walking back by Buckingham Fountain, you can see here it's still empty. Still a couple months away from that getting filled and turned back on. So happy to be back after a long hiatus. It was nice to hibernate, nice to chill out for a bit, but we're back this week. This coming weekend is the river dyeing for St. Patrick's Day. We're looking forward to it. We are on our way to dinner tonight, and it is
summer outside.
Yeah, 68 degrees.
Wearing shorts.
Yeah, short sleeves. Like, it's incredible. The wind is high, but the temperature feels amazing. So we know it's going to get cold again. We are being realistic about this. We know that it's not going to stay warm, but we're going to enjoy it while it's around. Okay, we have made it into AO Hawaiian. So they have a very extensive menu. The AO stands for Asian Outpost. So it's like very Asian inspired menu. They have tons and tons of stuff, everything from like poke to curry to sushi to all kinds of things. And a wonderful and delicious drink menu as well. So we are both having some delicious cocktails. So they have a very extensive cocktail menu, and they have a lot of like tiki drinks, and you can also order. They have a huge selection of tiki mugs, and you can order your tiki drink in a tiki mug and then take the tiki mug home, which is pretty cool. So we've done that in the past before. Neither of us got tiki drinks tonight, but they have quite a selection. I got the Osaka Passion, and you got the Dragon's Fire there. Yeah. You can see they have quite an extensive menu for drinks, and then you just keep scrolling and getting into the food, and it's just a lot of stuff. So, but all of it, everything we've had here has been delicious. All right, the appetizer has arrived. What's it called again?
Spam masubi.
Spam masubi. All right. So our spam appetizer was delicious, and food has arrived. I got what is it? Is the zesty orange tofu, and Chris got the zesty orange chicken. So
it's basically like orange chicken.
Yeah. All right, how's the chicken? Good. And you got a second drink. This one's just a margarita, but raspberry.
So pretty good.
Delicious.
Always good.
Yeah, and we were just talking about like how we forgot. Like, it's been a while since we've been there, and we were like, we need to come here more often.
It's not exactly close. I mean, it's not far.
It's like 20 minutes. It's not far.
It's not far at all, but it's not. Yeah. It's not like close like some of the other places we go often.
Yeah. It's a bit of a walk, but like, in nice weather, it's not bad.
Yeah, especially in like today's weather, it feels amazing. So.
Yeah, I was definitely up for like a nice little walk this evening for sure. Good morning. It is now Wednesday, and there's been a dramatic shift in the weather. So, as gorgeous and sunny and beautiful it was on Monday, yesterday a cold front blew in, which we knew it would. Obviously, this time of year the warm weather doesn't stay. But we had like a storm last night. There was even hail and everything. It was crazy. Gertie did not enjoy the hail pinging against the windows. But anyway, so today, as compared to the like 68 and sunny on Monday, is cloudy, rainy, and I think about 35. So, well, I am home from work now. Chris is making dinner. We got Gertie here. She's excited for me to be home. It is messy outside. Oh my goodness, it was so snowy and gross. I was like, oh, it's just such a disappointment coming off of Monday. It was such a nice day. So home for the evening. I'm ready to basically do what I've been doing every evening for the past few months, which is play Animal Crossing. So looking forward to that. One of my favorite things. What's going on with your hairdo, babe? Hey, Gertie, what's going on with that hair? What is that? Is that your wild hair? Is that crazy? So Gertie has learned how to like sit up, basically like sit up and on her back end and like hold her arms up. and effectively has learned that if she does that, she pretty much gets anything and everything she wants. It's kind of a dachshund trait. A lot of dachshunds sit up like that. So when she started doing it, I was like, oh my, here we go. So she is getting her dinner, even though it's a little early. It's only because she's so cute. Good morning. Today is the day. It is Saturday, March 14th, and the river dyeing is happening today. So we are getting ready to go. We're getting ready to head out. I've got getting all the camera stuff ready so that we can vlog everything we're going to do today. I've got a GoPro here. I have batteries charging, which I had thought about doing that last night. This is the extension for the DJI charging there. We will bring our little floating device for the GoPro so we can put it on the kayak. And if it were to fall off, it won't sink in the river. So getting all ready to go. This year is considerably colder than it was last year. I think it's about 25 degrees colder than it was last year.
Maybe 30.
So wanted to show how we're dressing to prepare for it, because obviously we're not going to be wearing like coats and stuff. That's kind of hard under life vests. So I have ski socks. They come up to my knees. And then these are some of my running leggings that I wear this time of year. This is an you're so cute. This is an icebreaker quarter zip. So merino wool keeps me warm. And then, of course, the most important piece is my green t-shirt for the holiday, which is probably only going to really be slightly visible when we're kayaking. So
the sleeves will be.
Well, kind of. But the sleeves will be, because I'm probably going to take the Patagonia off. But the key is going to be layers today. So I have an extra pair of pants that I'm just going to wear over my other ones. So I'm nice and, layered and all ready to go. There we go. And then I'll be wearing my pullover.
You don't have a green one?
I don't have a green one. I have like a teal one, but that's not green. But I am going to wear my shuffle beanie.
Yeah, woohoo for running.
So. Oh, and I think I'm also going to probably wear a gaiter.
I have a gaiter.
Yeah.
I have the Urban Kayaks gaiter, so.
Oh, that's perfect. I have a black one. So, but I will probably wear that just to make sure my neck is warm. So, should be warm, and gloves. That'll be the other thing I have on. So, I think we'll be good. All right. How are you preparing?
Okay, so I have, what are these called? Under Armour? Long johns? What is the proper term?
I think I call it
long underwear. Yeah, long underwear. I have this on and on the bottom too, and then
like underneath your pants.
Underneath these.
Yeah, you've got
pants. And then I have my Urban Kayak shirt and
green.
I'm gonna wear this because it's green, and I'm gonna leave it there, so that's fine.
All right. Okay, we are out of the house and on our way. We are going to stop for some coffee because that is number one.
Yeah.
But we were saying as we walked out, like in all of these layers, which I think is the right amount of layers for the temperature. I'm feeling good. I feel like Joey from Friends. I was like, can I be wearing any more clothes?
I honestly think that we are lighter dressed than most people. I think that you and I are both like, I think we're more pragmatic with being more. Like we're like, oh, well, like we're going to be working, so they're not going to be that.
True. Yeah, I mean, I'm dressed to be able to like de-layer as I get warm, and then like, yeah, I know I'll be warm when we're kayaking.
Even just walking in the city, you get warmed up. And I think people are like wearing like giant winter coats.
Yeah.
And like,
no coats for us today. It's not open yet, but this My Chicago store is all ready. So if you arrive on St. Patrick's Day and you're not prepared, they will help you get prepared. Time for coffee. All right, coffee acquired. There's this little place called Fairgrounds that I saw the other day, and I thought it was new. And Chris was like, "No, it's been here forever." So it's just like in the lobby of the Chicago Athletic Club. But anyway.
Well, they have had that they have that like the vestibule put up for winter.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably true, and it covers it.
It covers most of the entrance. So you.
Yeah, like I saw it the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that must be new. I don't remember that." All right, we are here now. This is the calm before the storm. So people still are yet not allowed on the Riverwalk. This is, of course, a ticketed event, so it is limited. So we snuck in the back door. It'll be a little bit quiet before it starts getting crazy. There's one of the architecture boats going by, full of people. I always thought it'd be really neat to do that and be out on an architecture boat during the dyeing. Cool experience. Oh, here comes another one. Okay, so now my job is just to basically stay out of the way while they get everything ready, so I try not to distract. Although I was just having a great conversation with Sam, who works here, because he just recently got a dachshund puppy. Her name's Phoebe, and so he was showing me all the pictures. So cute, so cute. I can't wait to meet her this summer. So I'm staying out of the way. I brought my Switch so I can play Animal Crossing, and I also brought my Kindle so I can read to occupy my time while I wait for us to go out in the water, because we're about an hour and a half away from launching. And then just like last year, we'll have to wait until we get clearance from the Coast Guard before we can actually go past like Columbus. So Columbus is the street up ahead. It's the next street after Lakeshore. So that we'll go on. It's just the first bridge that we'll cross. And that is where we can't cross there until we get clearance from the Coast Guard. It'll probably be closer to like 10:30. So about 2 hours away from that. So got some waiting to do. All right, it has officially begun. They are starting the dyeing now. This giant barge is going to be shooting out the dye. So the dyeing has started, but it started a lot further down the river than it did last year. Last year it started like literally right out front, and this year it was like a lot closer to Columbus. So they should come back by this way, but you can see it already start turning green down there, just not quite right where we are. So quick new development. We are not gonna go out on the water, unfortunately. Chris is needed behind the desk, and I was like, well, if you're not going out, I'm not going out, because it's pretty cold. So we're hoping that we're gonna just be able to catch a lot of the dyeing. I'll get some of the first tour of the lunches out, but we are not gonna be on the water today. We're just gonna stay here on land. All right, the first paddle group is out on the water, crossing now. This part of the river's not dyed yet because they really started like super far down this year. So it's like not until you get down like to Columbus, which is that bridge there, you can like dramatically see the difference. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but the difference in the color of water is just a lot further down this year than they did it last year. So they will launch out, they're crossing now, and then kayak down that way once we get clearance. I am a little disappointed that we're not going out, but I have to say I do not envy those who are out on the water, because it's definitely a lot colder on the water than it is up here. All right, that group is making their way down the river. You might be able to start to see it. I think the green is kind of making its way down this direction. All right, I'm heading out. I got a little bit of a shot with my phone so I could like hopefully kind of see some of the green in the river. But they started it so far down, you really couldn't see it from where we were, and we couldn't get past like the security guards. So I couldn't really go any further down the river. So although I am heading back, Chris is gonna stay. Obviously he's working, so he has to stay. But I'm not getting paid. So, I don't have to be out in the cold, but he's staying there. He may or may not go out on the water. They have one more group going out at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So he may go out with that group. He was like, you can come back if you want. And I was like, no, I think I'll just go home. So he might get to go out, maybe, we'll see, but probably not. I am back home, delayered. Gertie's glad to be out of her pen and free. I was already planning to come home after the paddle. So it would have been a little later than it is now, but only probably about an hour later than it is now. Because I wasn't going to stay for the whole time that Chris was working. Just for Gertie, because it'd be a long day for her to be in her pen. We try not to leave her in her pen for more than a couple of hours at a time. But I'm back home. I did stop there's a Stan's Donuts in Mariano's for a gluten-free blueberry cake donut that I'm about to enjoy here momentarily. Crazy walk home. Streets are already getting full of people. They don't have Michigan shut down yet. Last year when we came home from the river, Michigan had already been shut down, and so it was just a sea of people walking across the street. So because Michigan's still open to cars, the sidewalks are crazy packed. So I was glad to be alone, because it's easier when you're one person to kind of like slink through the crowd and get yourself out of it. So I can hear everyone like screaming and shouting and all the noises. It's insanity, absolute craziness. So I'm glad to be home. Truthfully, like I was okay warmth wise. Like I think the layers helped, but my hands got cold because we were just sitting around. I think had we maybe gotten out on the water and kind of started moving, it would have been better, but I wasn't moving. I was just sitting there, and I was like reading my Kindle, and I thought, oh man, like I'm getting cold and I'm not going to be able to get warmed up. So my fingers definitely got really, really cold. So glad to be in from the madness. I'm glad I went. It's a bummer and a disappointment that they started dyeing the river so far down, because like last year we had like a front row seat and it was so awesome because like it all happened right there in front of Urban Kayaks, but it was happening so far down the river, we really didn't get to see much. So that was kind of a bummer.
Good morning. So I'm out here on the Riverwalk doing my run this morning. Green River behind me. So I came out extra late today. I hope you can hear me. There's a train in the background. I came out super late this morning so I could be out after the sun had come up. Because if it's too dark, you can't really see that the river's green. So that way I could take some cool photos and some cool footage of the newly dyed river. So looks pretty good. So the point I am at right now is Wolf Point. This is where the main branch of the river, which is that direction, comes out and goes to the north branch that direction and the south branch this direction here. Like, oh, can't see that direction over there. So part of the Riverwalk is under construction right now, so it's less attractive. But you can see a really good smattering of the dye. It even made its way all the way down to Urban Kayaks, even though they dyed it super far west. But this is it. It is a very unnatural highlighted green. But I do want to emphasize the dye itself is plant-based, perfectly safe for animals and the environment. So while it may look like an unnatural color, it is not unnatural materials. Okay, I'm coming up on Urban Kayaks now. The wind is kind of intense, so hopefully you can hear okay. But I wanted to show, so the river is very green here, but if you'll recall, when I left yesterday, it was all natural colored still. So the dye did make its way down from Columbus all the way out here up to the mouth of where Lakeshore Drive is, right there.
Well, it's now the afternoon. We have had a nice resting and relaxing recovery day from yesterday. We were talking about yesterday how it was really funny because I was out for a few hours. There's the wind. I was out for a few hours and got so exhausted that I had to take a nap. When I got home and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so out of practice of being out and about that sorry, cutting off your head. I'm so out of practice of being out and about that I needed a nap. After being out for 4 hours? It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you were tired too.
I haven't been this tired in a very long time. So yeah, we worked yesterday. I don't know, as you can see, as you saw,
yeah.
It was snowing.
No, so, I don't think you showed that. We can put we'll put a clip in here, but yeah, it started, so after I left, it started snowing.
Yeah, and just got colder and more windy and colder and more windy. So it was kind of absolutely miserable, but I got paid, and I'm sure people had fun.
I think people did have fun, regardless.
Not everyone, but some people.
Yeah,
there were definitely people coming back that were doing the whole Joe Pesci thing from Home Alone.
You said too that you had to go get somebody.
Oh yeah, that was just a couple, not a couple, but 2 people in a tandem. So there was this group of 4 people that were late, so I had to catch them up, and some of them hadn't kayaked before, and then it got launched and they were in the wrong order. Anyway, they didn't make it past Columbus, so I had to go get them, and I was only in
the water. Which is the first bridge, by the way.
I was only in the water from our dock to Columbus, and I even went on the wrong side because I'm not wasting time. And just that little bit, I was cold to the bone.
Yeah.
And I had guys on the water, employees and a girl that were on the water, multiple times, and I feel bad for them guys.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. There were people who were spending several hours out in that freezing water. Sure. Yeah, but it was unfortunate because last year it was 60 and sunny and it was so beautiful. But that's March. We had what was 70 on Monday of this week. It snowed yesterday. We had hail on Tuesday. Today it's 56 and kind of rainy. It's March is just March is madness.
This week for sure has been the most craziest week I've ever been witnessed in Chicago.
Weather has been like this because tomorrow is a low of 12. So you know, it is what it is. It's your sniffy skirts. Yeah, it's so muddy, Gertie. So messy. Oh my gosh, your feet are so dirty. Look at you. You're gonna have to get a bath. Okay, so we saw these Brussels sprouts on like an Instagram reel. They basically claimed, and I love Brussels sprouts. It's my favorite vegetable. Which is saying something because I don't like a lot of vegetables, but I love Brussels sprouts. But anyway, it was basically saying like better than French fries, and they're like a mashed Brussels sprout. So we are going to give them a try tonight. So I'm just cutting the little like nubby like ends off of them, and then we're gonna blanch them for about 7 minutes.
Well, and you tend to like Brussels sprouts more when they're like crispy.
Yeah.
So I think this will make them
like roasted. Yeah, so these are like, you blanch them and then you mash them and then you roast them with like some Parmesan cheese. So they get like kind of like a cheesy crust.
Sounds good to me.
I'm super excited. And then we'll make a dipping sauce as well. Okay, we are starting to boil here. So I'm going to just put these in. I'm going to try to do it without burning myself. And they'll blanch for about 7 minutes. And we'll take them out and smash them. While the Brussels sprouts are finishing blanching, they've got about 4 minutes, I'm going to whip up the sauce. You use a half a cup of plain yogurt. This is about 5 ounces, so it's a little bit more than half a cup, but we're just going to use the whole thing. So it gets 2 tablespoons mayonnaise, which I'm just going to kind of eyeball. 1 teaspoon lemon juice, or the juice of like 1 lemon. And it also calls for zest of a lemon, but I am going the lazy route and using just jarred lemon juice. So 1 clove of minced garlic. Get a tablespoon of tomato paste. This is another one I'm just going to kind of eyeball. And it calls for a tablespoon of paprika, which I think sounds like a lot. So I'm going to try like half a tablespoon. I'm wondering if I didn't just like maybe write that down wrong, which is possible. And then a pinch of salt. The sauce looks pretty good. So this will be the dipping sauce for the Brussels sprouts when they are done. I'm just going to pop it in the fridge. Okay, the Brussels sprouts just got done. So I strained them in a colander and then ran some cold water over them to kind of stop the cooking. This is an olive oil brush for the Brussels sprouts. So it says a half a cup of olive oil. Once again, I have eyeballed that. Then we're going to do half a teaspoon garlic powder, half a teaspoon oregano, as they say on British Bake Off, and then half a teaspoon paprika. I'm just going to mix that up with my little brush here. Ooh, that looks yummy. That's got a nice bit of color to it. I don't know if you can see very well. Okay, and then we're going to lay out our Brussels sprouts, which have cooled down because, again, I ran cold water over them, so they're not like super hot. Okay, so you take like a glass that has a flat bottom, and then mash them. Chris has taken over the smashing because apparently I'm not smashing them enough. Oh, that is butter. Okay. Okay, the Brussels sprouts are sufficiently smashed now, so I'm going to brush them with the seasoned olive oil. Chris is splitting time between helping with dinner and doing laundry, so I'm on my own with the camera for this part. Okay, so I thought that was like a lot of olive oil. When they said to use half a cup, I was like, that seems like a lot, but I am using all of it, so. All right. And now, for the exciting part. So you take shredded Parmesan cheese and you top them with that. Okey-doke. These are going to go into an oven at 450 degrees for 35 minutes? 25 to 30 minutes. We are at 25 minutes with the Brussels sprouts. They're looking really good. Okay, so I am going to give the Brussels sprouts a couple more minutes, but I went ahead and turned the heat off. And then just because I'm trying to time it with the mashed potatoes that I'm making also, which need a little bit more before they're soft. And then I'll get it out of the oven, but I think they look really good. I'm super excited. Do you want me to put a couple on a plate to cool down for us to taste?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, moment of truth. I'm gonna taste. It's cooled down enough. I think it'll be all right. Dipping it in the sauce. Oh yeah. Oh, yummy.
I'm not. Well, let me try.
Oh, you just put the whole thing in your mouth. It's really good, right?
It's really good.
It's super yummy. And that sauce is great. Okay, so we're gonna call it a week here. Dinner ready.
Yeah.
Sit down, watch a movie. So yeah, that was St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Yeah, it was like what I was telling you earlier. It was like because I worked this week. It was like it felt to me like we were kicking off the summer, even though we had like another month and a half.
Right. Well, it always does feel that way. I feel like St. Patrick's Day is like the turning point.
You know, it's like
where it's like, okay, now.
It's like you're like crossed the like starting line and you're heading up the hill to the before you go like the
long like spring
stretch,
has officially started. Summer's on its way. You're ready to come out and enjoy this.
And then we had every season possible in Chicago in 1 week.
We experienced every season and every type of weather that exists in 1 week. It was crazy.
Like 4 consecutive days.
Minus a hurricane.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get that.
We got a tornado.
There was not here in downtown, but there was a tornado not too far. It was terrible. But anyway, so that is our Chronicles this week. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one.